It was a sales pitch to say, this is why the Quad Cities needs one. And of course, people in New York had no idea where Quad Cities was or what a Quad Cities was. I remember one of the jokes was, well, you're the Quad Cities, but we have 5 boroughs, so, you know, we beat you.
The Quad Cities Club was one of the early affiliates in the whole process, so it was kind of an honor to be picked by them to be an affiliate early on.
Happy anniversary, Gilda's Club, Quad Cities. What a great organization.
Happy 15 years, Gilda's Club.
Our next story represents what could be the next 15 years of Gilda's Club. Kelly Hendershot tells us that Gilda's has taken her down a new road that she hopes will honor the life of her late husband. Kelly Hendershot finds comfort in staying busy. By day, she works in marketing at a Moline credit union.
Gabby.
And at night, she spends time studying at home, just a few weeks away from earning a master's degree in social work.
She loves it when I study because she thinks it's time to sit in my lap. She's named after the place we met. It was a place called Gabby's in Winona, Minnesota.
6 years ago, Kelly was a new bride, married to the man she just started dating a few days before college graduation, named Justin.
I was blonde then. Justin liked my hair blonde.
And now the couple was ready to take their next big step, buying a new house and making it their own.
He'd been down to lay some mulch, stand up, and just had a really bad headache.
It didn't seem serious right away, but then some more alarming changes.
It was almost like he was stumbling, like, you know, when someone's slurring their words when they've been drinking too much. It was that kind of thing. And he knew he was doing it, but he couldn't stop himself from doing it. So it got to the point where we said, okay, we're going to the doctor.
It was a brain tumor and it was inoperable. So Justin started radiation just 3 months after their wedding day.
It wasn't necessarily getting smaller was the problem. We dealt with this for 19 months. And after we got through that radiation and the treatment and a lot of the chemo, he was really doing great. It wasn't until April of 2008 that things, well, probably February 2008, that things started to go downhill, and they went downhill really quickly.
The couple had tried to stay active and social through it all, both working at Town News and making friends at Gilda's Club, where they both attended support groups.
We were just going to try it once, you know. Everybody says they're going to try it just one time, and we got hooked.
This is where people understood what they were going through. Newlyweds in their 20s weren't supposed to be talking about cancer.
While your other friends are getting married and having babies and you're dealing with death, it's a life changer. Something we picked up from another couple at Gilda's Club is you need cancer-free days. So every now and then he'd remind me, we're having a cancer-free day. We're not talking about this, nothing. He had a great attitude throughout the whole thing. I was really impressed and really, really proud to call him my husband.
And Kelly watched her beloved husband get sicker. Finally, she had to make a decision that hospice would be the next step.
He did hospice at home, which was really nice. Neither one of us was really sure if he'd make it the entire time at home, because we weren't sure what our comfort levels or other people's would be like. But we ended up setting up our spare bedroom as the healing room. So he had his hospital bed in there. Every card that he got, I think we had all 3 walls just plastered in get-well cards. The night before he died, I had told him our loved one was going back to bed, gonna go to bed. I thought he was asleep, and all of a sudden he's like, "I love you." And just said it kind of out of nowhere, because like I said, I thought he was sleeping. And that's the last thing I heard from him. He passed away the next afternoon after having slipped into a coma. When he died, though, he was surrounded by family. His parents and his stepmom and his best friend and I were all in the room.
Can't imagine.
He actually passed away to our song, No Place That Far.
And waking up without you here.
I live every day trying to think of what I can do to make him happy or not. You know, there's a lot of conversations at the cemetery or in our room just thinking about him, looking at pictures about whether or not I should go to school.
Kelly couldn't bear to go back to Town News, where she and Justin once worked together. A tree is now planted there in his memory. So Kelly found her new job at the credit union and decided to go back to school. Getting her master's means she'll be qualified to lead support groups at Gilda's.
Go left under right.
Following in the footsteps of another leader there, Melissa Wright.
Then I kept telling her, I want to be you someday. She actually facilitated the group that I went to. And I'm like, how do I make that happen?
I was always impressed with Kelly and her insightfulness. You know, she really could get at the hard issues that they were facing and talk about it and encourage other people to talk about it as well.
A gift Kelly hopes she can bring once again to Gilda's, this time on the other side. So many years ago, Kelly walked in the red door, never knowing what new doors it would open. Another leader here at Gilda's Club has a similar story. Erin Williams first came to Gilda's Club back in 1999 as her mom battled breast cancer. Her family attended the support groups and continued to volunteer even after her mother passed away.
And switch.
9 years later, Erin was looking for a career change and stumbled on an ad for outreach manager at Gilda's Club. The rest is history.
I remember sitting in the new member meeting downstairs, and I remember saying to my sister afterwards, I wonder what you have to do to work here. And little did I know I'd be back here as an employee. Never thought in a million years, but I'm so glad I'm here.
Erin says she imagines big things for Gilda's in the next 15 years, like expanding their services into rural areas.